Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in Radio DMG may or may not be the views and opinions of the DMG Ice family of sites. All music used in this podcast is the property of whoever made it, and no copyright infringement is intended. God bless this albatross, and hold on tight for the awesome you're about to receive.
It's got to be the king.
And welcome to this episode of Radio DMG. I am your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and today is November 21st, 2011. We've got a little bit of newsity today, and then we're going to have a long-form Q&A with the musical band Lemon Drop Kick. That's from Non-Descon 2011. We still had some non-Descon audio left, and I guess it's going to take about 4 shows to get through it all. But yes, this is our, we got to tape the entirety of the Q&A from Lemon Drop Kick, which was pretty good. There are a few parts where the answer or the question that's asked is a little bit low, so you might want to turn up your radio a little bit. But, you know, if you're listening to Radio DMG and you don't have your radio cranked to 11, what is wrong with you? We're here to promote hearing loss, don't you know? Anyways, we've got some newsity. We have that Q&A with Lemon Dropkick, and then the interview we did with Lemon Dropkick. And between these things, before we get to our newsity, and before we get into the interview part, after the Q&A, we're going to do 3 songs from Lemon Drop Kick as part of our coverage. Those songs are, I'm going to butcher this because it's completely in Japanese, Taisetsu na Mono, 1140, and a cover of the song Vacation. You know, that one that occasionally, if you listen to one of our fellow brethren podcasts, you know, that thing, like if you listen to Cross Border Gaming, which you should, sometimes I'm on it, and those guys are pretty interesting too, even if they are a little anti-Nintendo now and then. But they're great. You should listen to it, and if you've listened to last couple of shows, or even from the beginning, you'll know that occasionally Harold, or H-Bomb, one of the co-hosts there, likes to break into song, and one of those would be that Vacation all the way up. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess he'll like the cover. But yes, that's what we're doing today on today's episode of Radio DMG. We'll be back here with the newsity, and then we're going to be back here with a Q&A session with Lemon Drop Kick, which, go ahead and do a search for Lemon Drop Kick. They have a MySpace page, and then a Twitter, which we're going to link to Twitter and the MySpace page, because I guess MySpace is all about artists now. I don't think they actually have a good URL yet. I'll have to check. We'll do that for our investigation. Just check the show notes for links. It's all good. But yes, I'll meet you right back here after this particular song, and we'll have the newsity. So, stay right here. Don't you dare move. Or else. I mean it.
Hi, this is Miyako from Lemon Drop Kick, and you're listening to Radio DMG.
And welcome back to Radio DMG. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and let's get on with the newsity. So, let's see what happened in the news in the last couple days since our last newsity thing. Not much, actually. Pokemon Company in Japan announced that they'll be attending Jump Fiesta this year. Jump Fiesta is a trade show that takes place on December 17th and 18th. This is the first time that Pokemon Company has attended the trade show. Expect something Pokemon related to be announced. In fact, they said there will be a pleasant Pokemon surprise announced at Jump Fiesta. Most people are thinking it'll probably just be a giveaway or the next movie. Some people are like, it's going to be Pokemon Gray, I tell you. I personally think it'll be like a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon or Rangers. Although in a perfect world, it would be like Pokemon Snap 2 for the 3DS or a Nintendog style Hey You Pikachu plus friends. But, we'll find out. On a side note, Variety magazine, an internal trade magazine started in 1903, has announced their 2011 Hall of Fame honorees in home entertainment. There are 3 people, 1 company, and 1 franchise being honored this year. The reason you get this honor is through your sales numbers or other contributions to the health of the entertainment industry. The 3 people being honored by Variety magazine this year are Brian Dunn, the CEO of Best Buy, John Marmaduke, the CEO and president of Hastings, which I used to work for and I fully support, and Gary Shapiro, the CEO and president of the Consumer Electronics Association, which we're a member of and support. The Consumer Electronics Association puts on the CES, or Consumer Electronics Show, in Las Vegas every year. And that's where Nintendo might show up there sometimes. They used to. Sony will show off their latest TVs. I think if I remember correctly, I think the original Xbox was announced at that point at the Consumer Electronics Show. I'll have to check. Anyways, the one company being being honored this year is Nintendo, which I've always supported because they think of long-term plans instead of short-term spurts like Microsoft, Sony, Sega, Atari, and Apple. The one franchise being honored is Harry Potter, which is an okay franchise. I think it seriously started to suck after The Prisoner of Azkaban, but it got a bunch of people to read who would normally not be reading, so I have to appreciate that franchise. Well, back on to directly Nintendo-related news. Nintendo put out a press conference officially and formally announcing the Black and Gold Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D Edition 3DS bundle and the Super Mario 3D Land 3DS bundle, which comes with a red 3DS. Both of these bundles will be out for $199.99 MSRP on Thanksgiving, just in time for those Black Friday sales. Oh, one more Nintendo-related news. In Europe, Metroid 2 Return of Samus will be coming out on the 3DS Virtual Console this week. Last week, they got 3D Classic Kirby's Adventure, which, by the way, was the same week that we got it. So, there's a chance that we might get Metroid 2 Return of Samus on 3DS Virtual Console this week. So I should probably finish up my review of the title. As you know, we do all of our reviews on the original hardware. I would recommend that you check out our reviews section for the in-depth opinions and for the jokes. Seriously, some of these reviews are pure gold. Also, we can explain what stamperism is and some of the other little quotes that we use in the reviews. If you read them all, you'll be up to speed. For those who haven't read them yet, stamperism is where a company goes ahead and adds fetch quests or collectible items to artificially extend the amount of time spent on a game. The best example of this would be Donkey Kong 64, where you beat every level not once, not twice, but about 5 or 6 different times to collect different items in each, like crystal coconuts, bananas, etc. It also stems from the Banjo-Kazooie series, which was extremely bad at this, where they would be like, well, you need a certain amount of jiggies, and then you need these, and this, and this. It was just ridiculous, and it hit a peak on Star Fox Adventures and Grabbed by the Ghoulies and a couple of their later stuff. In fact, I would say that Stamperism destroyed Rare as a company. But speaking of Stamperism, I'm actually playing currently Skyward Sword for the Nintendo Wii. I know some people have criticized it because there's like, oh, such and such person wants me to go help them find a cat. Oh, these little side quests. You don't have to do the side quests. And the answers that you give in the little... Because there's a weird aspect to the game where you've got multiple answers to different questions, and some of the answers you give have humorous results. So you can be an absolute jerk to everybody and get some really hilarious dialogue going. Or you can be absolutely nice. It doesn't actually do anything toward the storyline, just gives you different dialogue options. The reason for that is apparently... I'm not done with the game yet. No, I just got to the first dungeon after the really long introduction sequences, which actually aren't as long as Twilight Princess, but are a hell of a lot more interesting than the setup they had for Twilight Princess near the beginning, where you're like, oh, okay, do I have to herd these things, blah, blah, blah. When do I get to the awesome meat of this? And there is a good amount of awesome meat to Skyward Sword, and I can't wait to dig into that meat that is meat. It's like meat, wrapped in bacon. Yes, Skyward Sword for the Nintendo Wii is bacon. However, I'm not completely used to the Motion Plus stuff. This is actually the first Motion Plus game I've owned, and it's kind of a little weird getting into that whole, because it's very accurate. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get into at first. I mean, by I was having trouble with the flight, and then I realized, oh, wait, you're supposed to, flap the remote a little bit to make your character, the bird thing, flap its wings, and, oh, that makes sense. I was sitting here trying to gain speed by pushing down on the remote so that it dives, and then pulling up to see if I could bring up the air. Weird. It's a way to increase speed, but that's not how you gain altitude. So I spent about 5 minutes just digging around the bottom of the clouds, and they're trying to figure out, how in the hell do I do this? Then I was like, well, maybe I should review the instructions again, hit the little 2 button on the remote, and it tells you, okay, here's the instructions again, just in case you're an idiot and didn't figure it out, or just passed by it way too quickly. And I'm like, oh, yeah, thanks. Great game so far. Pretty fun. Not having any trouble with the sword fighting. With Twilight Princess, there was a couple things which were a little bit odd on the Wii version of that, whereas this doesn't work as well as I think they want it to. They got that working on Skyward Sword, which is gorgeous, actually. It's like a moving painting. Kind of like, well, actually, there's a lot I like in Skyward Sword so far. There is a bit of tension, I guess is the best way to say it, between Link and Zelda in this one that's absolutely absent from most of the other Legend of Zelda games. Actually, some of the dialogue that Zelda has near the beginning of Skyward Sword made me think of Link's Awakening, and some of the extra little details and stuff that I liked in Majora's Mask. So that, so far, makes me feel pretty positive that, yeah, I'm going to like this game. Especially, there's a part there where if it all fits in the way it looks like it, and I've seen some of the later characters and things you run into, and I'm like, yeah, this ties in directly into Link's Awakening and such, and can't wait. It's going to be great. So, that's what I've been playing, and that's what we have in the news. Not much newsity, so let's get on to our first feature, which is the Q&A with Lemon Drop Kick. I'm your host, Philip Wesley. We'll meet you after we've gone through both the Q&A and then the interview. So, see you in about an hour.
Hi, this is Justin from Lemon Dropkick, and you're listening to Radio DMG.
Speakers on. Jack Daniels. Sorry, something went wrong. Please try again. Okay, so I don't know how this panel thing works, but I guess we start off by introducing ourselves. My name is Eric. I'm the guitar player from Lemon Drop Kick.
Check. I'm Miyako.
She sings.
I'm the singer, yeah.
I'm Justin, I sit in the back.
Look at this guy texting like an asshole.
My name is Jeff. I play one of the guitars.
Birthday boy.
Birthday boy.
Rashi, I play bass.
So I guess
We talk very low because we try to sound cool.
The radio voice.
the radio voice. So everyone got to see the show?
Yep.
You guys have fun?
Yeah.
That was, for us, that was the most fun. How many shows did we play this year? Like, out of state?
DC or
DC, Mexico, Florida,
Miami?
Miami, Los Angeles.
Houston.
Oh yeah, Houston. And I'm not trying to kiss ass, but like this was like the Denver crowd was like the most fun, like out of all of them. So that's really cool. Like it made the show really fun. Anyway, so I have a question for you. What kind of music do you like? I'm just kidding. So I guess this is everyone over 18?
Yeah.
Okay, so bad words are okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so feel free to ask Miyako any dirty question you like.
What's your favorite position?
Or Justin.
I have a question for Eric.
Yes, sir.
What's in that cup?
This is,
Apple juice.
yeah. This is actually a combination of Jack Daniels and Red Bull.
He's lying.
So
It's apple juice.
in about 30 minutes, I'm
Don't
not
stop
going to know if
trying
I'm
to be
coming
cool.
or going. But yeah, so I guess feel free to ask any type of question. It's completely open. It can be safe, not safe, politically correct. You can be a total dickhead and ask like the stupid question. It's totally cool. So who wants to open it up?
Is that our dickhead clause?
That's a dickhead clause.
Do you guys have any? Does anyone have any questions?
What would you guys consider yourself like genre-wise?
That's really
Justin.
tough.
Rock. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, things are so like kind of hyper. You know, there's so many micro genres now. It's kind of. I mean, we can say J-rock, but then people will like if we say that, people think, oh, it's visual K. And obviously we're not. I mean, we're pretty, but we're not that pretty. Except for me. But, so it's just kind of easier to
Unless it's
say.
Lolita costume now.
Different types of J-rock.
Yeah,
I
but
like hardcore J-rock listeners, so I know.
Oh, encore.
Yeah, if you like J-rock, and you like us, then we're J-rock.
yeah, but it's kind
If
of.
you like post-punk, and you like us, then we're post-punk.
Yeah.
We just play rock and roll. We just draw influences from a lot of different types of rock and roll. Mostly some of the harder stuff, punk rock, pop, even pop music, J-rock, a little bit of hard rock and heavy metal. I don't know why I'm talking. I'm the one with the shop voice. I'm just trying to give him an answer.
Because it's your birthday.
So, what are your most influential bands? Like, what do you listen to the most? And how do you put that to your own music?
Oh, it's okay. Flash away. Don't make me spill this on myself.
So.
LA Guardian. I like LA Guardian. Good to know.
But kind of like your own.
I like LA Guardian.
But like your influence and how you the band.
Like, I like Ella Garden, therefore I copy every nuance to their songwriting style.
But I'm too blind.
How about we go down the line? Okay, so
Jane's Addiction.
yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of Jane's Addiction and Guns N' Roses. I was like watching Slash. Do you know that November Rain video?
Oh, hell yeah.
I saw that video and I was like, and he like comes out of the church. He's got like a cigarette in his mouth. He was playing guitar. I was like, shit, I want to do that. And then so it started from there. I got really into Slash, and then got Jane's Addiction, and
Because they don't follow rules.
Korn got really big, and so I was playing Korn and Deftones all the time, and then then I started listening to anime, or not watching anime, and then just going to the stores and just buying the anime soundtracks, not even knowing what's on there, and then that's kind of how I got into like Japanese rock and
Nice.
Turin, Grey, Gak, and shit like that.
Your turn.
You want to answer that type of question? Hold on. Uh-huh. Oh my god, what? I can't say that in front of these people.
Yes, you can.
She says Ricky Martin. Ricky's on the block.
Yes.
Yes.
Did she say Menudo?
Menudo, yeah. Pantera. Well, her music style is really broad. She pulls in a lot of influence from mostly Japanese rock, huh?
Like
Yes.
Judy and Mary.
Is that X Japan?
え
X Japan?
X Japan ラルカンシェア
Bargain Seal. If you, these are cool Japanese bands. If you haven't heard of them, like definitely check them out on like YouTube. How about you guys?
Well, take this for me. I mean, also a lot of Smashing Pumpkins growing up.
Oh, I forgot to say Smashing Pumpkins.
Dude,
Yeah.
you blew it.
I totally blew it.
That's my answer now.
Yep.
Don't take credit.
Hold that.
He's not taking credit for it.
He like Rise Against.
Yeah, Rise Against. Jimmy
Right.
Chamberlain from Smashing Pumpkins and Chad Sexton from 311 were big influences when I got into drumming in junior high.
Jimmy Chamberlain, is that what you said?
Yeah,
Jimmy Buffett,
of course.
Jimmy Eat World.
We played with Jimmy Eat World, but that was our band a long time ago.
Jimmy Touch Jimmy.
But Descendants are really big for me.
Descendants, yeah.
Bill Stevenson is an amazing drummer. He's really kind of subtle but technical at the same time. So that was kind of my influence, and then I got into Japanese music actually when Shonen Knife released Let's Knife way back in the day. And that's kind of what started me on that. So I've always kind of liked girl vocal. So it came back time to put the band together. I got together with her, and this is the result. So, yeah. Talk about Black Veil Brides, Jeff.
My favorite band is Black Veil Brides. Screw all you haters. You guys don't know anything about music, and you all suck and you're losers and spend too much time just hating.
That's directed at me, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. But seriously, I'll try and think of just like top 3 as influences and just music that I like. But influences for songs that I participated in writing would be Glay, a Japanese band, rock and roll band. They're huge. They're great. They should be huge. They're amazing. I'm going to say the Foo Fighters because they're a great modern rock band and all their songs are good, and I probably pull some of their rhythmic qualities and stuff.
Tim Armstrong.
And you said the Descendants, didn't you?
I did.
What about All? You like All?
Everyone likes All.
Velvet Revolver.
Yeah.
That's another one. That's another
Sorry, I
one.
love that band.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
If we get them all off of drugs, then he's really good right here. We can still listen to them right now.
Are you talking about Wyland? Is that what you're
Yeah, Wyland.
Oh yeah. And then all that grunge stuff too, Stone Temple Pilots and all those, like those are great bands. Maybe not so much of an influence, so just thought I'd mention it anyways. With Wyland being a connection. How about you?
I'm like kind of opposite. I like old school stuff. I don't know, like I'm not sure about the difference, but my favorite band I listen to the most is Kiss. Like
Yeah,
I
this is
listen to
Kiss?
like first 6 albums with all the members.
This is like the first visual K band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Kiss influenced a lot of the Japanese bands, right? Like that's.
Yeah, like it's Japan's
It's
based.
Japan.
Glam rock.
Yeah. But they're like playing wise, I don't know, maybe Clash. Their songwriting is so like a variety. I try to copy and then try to get the not only like rock and roll but reggae and other part of it. But now I kind of went back to straightforward rock and roll. So.
We might be, I hate to, this might be a cliche thing to say, but we might be a little bit more diverse than most rock bands out there. Seriously. Different influences. We come from, what?
You say ethnicity?
Ethnically, Mr. Barajas.
We're like United Nations up here.
But we're the bad United Nations. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just that stupid.
It's the altitude.
But yeah, it's the altitude. Yeah, I say stupid things because of the altitude. But no, we really, it's so diverse that it's almost hard to answer the question, which is why we've only been spending like 20 minutes answering it. So yeah.
What else you guys got?
You were talking a bit about this being one of your better concert experiences at a convention. So, what was your worst Don't spare us any of the gory details.
That's easy. This is easy. It just happened last month.
We want to know.
Well, basically, like, we do play a lot of conventions, and every convention has been like really great.
Whether it should be after the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's appropriate for the story.
Whether we're playing on a small stage for 3 people or on a big stage for a lot of people, it's always been like really positive. But then we just had a really bad experience in Miami for Florida SuperCon. And please feel free to quote me on everything I say and put a bunch of hate stuff on the internet. But
we're recording.
Yeah, they totally just, they treated us like crap, and then they just, long story short, they didn't hold up their end of the bargain, basically. And it's not like we're this big, rock band, we expect all this stuff, we can live off of like canned beans for a week. Or, because all these, these conventions are nonprofit, and it's just for, for all of us to get together and enjoy, the anime scene and like, just get there and have fun. But then over there, it wasn't about that at all. And then we just totally feel like we just got gypped. I think even the people who came to watch us, I think it was just, whatever happened out there, and with that convention, it's not a positive thing for their attendees and for the people who come up and who want to play for their attendees. Don't go to Florida.
That was rough. Yeah, so if we had another experience like that, like it was hard, and we might not even play conventions anymore. Like outside of our area, which would be like Anime Expo, Pacific Media Expo, and stuff like that. But it would be hard for us to even it wouldn't be worth it for us to even take traveling to a convention would become a risk if this event were like that. So fortunately, NDK has treated us really, really well, and we really feel energized by the show that we just played for all you guys and everyone else. So, we're totally not going to stop now. We're just going to keep doing it. And yeah, we're really grateful to NDK for doing us right.
Yeah. NDK has been totally organized, totally taking care of everyone, taking care of your attendees too. I see they have water out there, and then, EMTs just in case someone falls out, like they're in a Chewbacca costume for too long or something. I've
seen it happen.
Yeah, I've seen one in handcuffs getting taken out. Not here, but at Anime Expo. But I don't know. I mean, that was a one-off thing. A lot of conventions that we played, they've been positive all the time. You play enough shows, you're gonna have one bad one, and they're somewhere, and it's kind of a learning experience. And like I said, if we're playing for 3 people and the 3 people are just going crazy, that's a good show for us. If we're playing for 100 people and they're going crazy, that's a good show. Did that make any sense?
Yes.
I felt like I rambled on because of this, right here.
No, it's fine.
It's the altitude.
Yeah.
I got the next song title is going to be called Altitude and Apple Juice.
There we go. Apple drink.
Are you gonna rap in it?
Am I gonna rap? Oh man, I could wrap some presents, but I don't think about rhyming though. Even though my girlfriend over there has to hear me do that a lot, because I am a big rap fan. NWA, Ice Cube.
Playing Bone Thugs and Harmony in the car.
Bone Thugs, yeah. He's 1999.
When judgment comes.
Yep. More money.
How'd the band come together?
Oh, that's the Justin question.
Okay, that's me. So this will be long and rambly too. So Jeff and I have known each other since high school. We've been in a band. We were playing in a band since high school. We weren't in a band for a while, then I was introduced to her, and we decided to form a band. And so I called this guy. We had a couple other people. We've had some rotating members. Hiroshi came on a couple years after we formed, and then we had mutual friends. So we knew Eric, and we were looking at a second guitar player. So then he came on board, and he took a break. And Eric was our main guitar player for a long time, and now he's back. And so we're hopefully stable.
Where did we find Miyako?
Found Miyako at a karaoke bar.
Yeah. Wow. It can happen to you.
Yeah.
No. Bar.
Bayside.
Bayside.
Yeah.
本当に? I'm surprised too. I didn't even know this shit.
Back in my professional drinking days. It's nothing bad. It's Bayside.
Yeah, Bayside's nice. They have like those. You can smoke in there. That's all I remember.
Toji doesn't care about anything. He's like, I want to smoke, all right.
Does Colorado have smoking in any restaurants?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good, because I hate that shit.
What inspires the names, or rather the songs you guys have, like the lyrics? What are your inspirations for that? Like Forget Me Not or 1140 or
Miyako.
what do these mean?
Well, Miyako's the main vocal lyric writer.
So I'm writing all lyrics and I'm making a title, everything. だけど that everything, almost everything comes from my real experience for each song.
Would you like to talk about some of the experiences behind them?
Like 1140 it's about my former bassist. He was a Japanese bassist, but he had to go back to Japan. Then I wrote that song.
What is 1140?
Is the
time for the flight.
Time for the flight. He
Northwest LAX to Narita. 1140.
And she has some songs about relationships and stuff too.
Really?
What's his name? What are their names?
No, I just love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, she's the main. I would say lyricist. There we go. These guys are writers. I'm a ebonist. What do you call it? But yeah, so she
what?
Like ebonist. So
ebonist.
Yeah, ebonist. I make my own words up too.
It's from the music that he makes Morgan listen to.
Yeah, so basically when the writing process is like, we'll all come together with a riff and then we'll show Miyako like, hey, do you think this is cool? And then she'll disappear for like a week and come back and just have like this crazy vocal melody and then awesome lyrics, and that's how it works. Huh. And then you're like, you suck, Eric. Bring me back something better.
So you're essentially her live journal.
Yes.
Okay. Why is the band name Lemon Drop Kick?
Justin.
Okay.
Kind of microphone, Justin.
Short answer, alcohol. Long answer, same karaoke bar. So like I worked for a Japanese company, and there's a big Japanese population where we live in Torrance. So
you guys are so far away back there.
Come closer. They can hang. Basically, we'd all go drink. Fran and I were coming up with bad band names. It started as Blueberry Uppercut. Yeah, we were like, let's go as bad as we can, and then it just kind of, we all did a band trip to Disneyland for giggles, and somehow we mutated Blueberry Uppercut to Lemon Drop Kick.
Tell them about the sweet and sour, or the fruit and the
Fruit and Attack.
action. Fruit attack, yeah.
We just kind of came up with that after. It's like fruits and attacks are cool, I guess.
Watermelon armbar.
It's real though.
I think the next story is going to be, it's our fight against we want scurvy to come back, so we just want to fight citrus. That's a pirate joke.
Okay, so because our music is kind of heavy, some of it, or like rocking, and then like we have our beautiful, gorgeous vocals from Miyako with it. We wanted to have something that sounded sweet and pretty, but then like kick ass at the same time. So we put together some titles that evoked that, and then we started just going on this theme that was like a fruit followed by the name of some type of attack. Like you said, Blueberry Uppercut. Eventually, we just arrived at Lemon Drop Kick. Sorry, that was some repetition.
You can come in. Please.
You scared him away.
Is it long?
Don't come in. We're giving away free samples of money in here. You're not invited.
What else you guys got?
So where do you guys see yourselves in the future as a band, or where would you like to see yourselves in the future as a band? Say 5, years down the line or longer?
Florida won't invite us back after this recording. So the other 49 states.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a big supporter of this, like these anime conventions, and totally off the topic. Like NDK, they donate so much money to Japan for like the tsunamis. But I think that the whole scene, like, I think it's really cool. I definitely want to keep traveling and playing more shows, like more cons. Hopefully we get to write some more music and sell more music overseas, as we're trying to work on doing more commercials, more movies. I want to get buffer. I'm trying to get a 6-pack this year.
I ain't gonna help.
I know, right? I want to get a full body tattoo. So, how about you?
Me too. I want to recording more than I want to do some more music for the commercial movie. Okay.
I'll repeat. So we have done a lot of licensing, like video games, movies, films. We actually just connected with a really good publisher in Japan that's helping us out with stuff. Actually, prior to Eric joining, we all toured Japan, and that for me that was the best experience.
What's up, dude?
The Japan tour was the best experience I've ever had. So and we actually put this band together to focus on. Initially, it was to focus on being over there, and this kind of convention stuff was a nice, kind of happy surprise. But we'd like to do more convention work, but still have a big presence overseas because Japan's cool. How about you, Jeff? It's gonna be my birthday every year.
I'm just worried about what these guys are gonna have planned for me like later tonight. 'Cause it is my birthday, and I'm just really scared.
Ambulance.
I'm just really scared right now.
Ambulance ride.
Ambulance ride. Yeah.
It's gonna be like gas panic all over again.
Somebody got them. Oh man.
Have you ever seen someone pee and throw up at the same time?
Oh my god.
And then walk away from it like nothing happened? That would be.
The most important thing I learned in Japan is that if you're sitting on the curb, but it's more like a ramp, like a decline, and you're sitting like this. If you just allow enough space between your feet and you're hunched over, if you throw up, you really won't get any on yourself. And it'll just slide right down into the street, and no one will even give you a hard time.
So that's his birthday plan.
That's my Shibuya gas panic story. Yeah.
Everyone relive that tonight?
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm afraid of. 5 years?
I just threw out a number.
Really just more of the same. I mean, we play a lot of conventions, so I don't know if we play more conventions, but I think just like, kind of like what most, rock bands or most musicians out there want is just as much mainstream support as possible so that they can just be more active and work more at that and spend their time at that and carry out that passion and work less at other things that maybe they don't have as much of a passion for. Day job or freelance job, whatever it is. Like we all do different things and stuff and at different levels, but I think we all want to play as much music professionally as possible. And that's the goal. You want to say
that? I'm using promotion now.
In 5 years, I just hope these guys keep giving me a hard time like they are now.
Oh, we will.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Do you guys want to come back to this one?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see how people came on stage with us and just hung out and did crazy dances? I tried to do the jerk or that backward turn.
The Dougie next time.
The Dougie?
Yeah.
What's the, have you seen the Cat Daddy?
No.
It's kind of like you're in a wheelchair. Like I can't do it. I'm gonna do that next year though. But yeah, for sure. I mean, we everything that's been happening here has been completely positive. especially with the attendees. So I mean, if I had to pick between all the conventions, and I'm not kissing up, but if I had to pick between all the conventions, and I had to choose one that I wanted to come back to, this would be the one. Totally, for sure, 100%.
Denver's treating us real good, and as is NDK, treating us real good, and we had a great time. We tried to bring it, at our best level, and we would really like to come back. So we need some of your guys' help. So, if they have they do have a Facebook page or group page, or maybe you can send them an email or something, like go to the website, shoot an email, just pop in them to bring us back next year, because we'd love to be here, and we'll bring it better, faster, and heavier, and pretty good music.
Awesome.
What the hell just happened?
That was foot going in mouth.
Oh. I noticed that some of you guys have tattoos. Are there stories behind those that you'd like to share with us?
Oh yeah, Myaku's got one.
No.
Yeah, she's got. What's it about?
Love never dies. It says love never dies.
Love never dies.
So why'd you get it?
Why? なんだろう Because everything is dying. Everybody is dying every day でしょ But I hope love never dies.
If I had that, that'd be kind of flimsy, but that is cute though.
You have a lot of them. Show them.
Yeah, I have a lot of tattoos. Like my grandparents are from Japan. My mom's from Japan, and so I have like these Japanese tattoos. I kind of got them because I felt like once my grandparents didn't last forever, and then once they're gone, I wanted to be able to show. And a lot of people don't agree with this, like, oh, you can show it a different way, but I wanted to pass down this tradition of where I'm from, and then the way to have it is like these traditional Japanese tattoos. And then so if my kids, they ever wanted to, ask about, oh, what were your grandparents like, and where were you from? This is part of it.
Wow. That was good.
Really? You like that? Yeah, so that's what it is about. And I don't know, Japanese tattoos, to me, they don't change. I mean, the pictures change, but the style has been the same for like a long time, right? Like 500, 600 years. And then so I feel like I'm wearing history. And so that's why I have like these, what's this? I got some flowers. These are like my birth flowers. They bloom only in May. So I have peonies, and then I have my grandma's, her name, and then her birth flower, the chrysanthemum. And this is actually like the Hanafuda card. It's like a Japanese card game, huh? And then more peonies. I have a dragon on my back, from like the top of my back all the way to the back of my leg, like behind my legs. Yeah. My chest. I have a tiger right here. She hates it. She's like, you have too many tattoos. She just said that today. But yeah, for me, it's like a cultural thing. I think in any way, like I have another friend that has, he's from Hawaii, he has a traditional Hawaiian tattoo, and I think it's really cool to have something like that to show where you're from, because I think as generations get farther and farther away from their, motherland, you kind of forget, where you're from, And I think it's a good way to permanently mark your body for the rest of your life. And be like, oh yeah, hey, I am from Japan. So that's what they mean to me.
I have no tattoos. Do you want to talk?
Pirosh-san, you have
Yeah, he's tattooed too.
No, mine was like just a stupid regular thing,
Sorry, stupid regular thing.
yeah, like there's a couple of my favorite bands. They have a really cool artwork on their sleeves. So I just brought it to the tattoo shop, and then I didn't think about it much.
What bands?
The one on this arm is Johnny Thunders and Heartbreakers. That was my big influence. And this side is like from the band called the Stranglers, like a 70s UK punk band.
Do you have any tattoos?
No.
Anybody have any tattoos here? What do you got, dude?
Actually, I have a family shield right on my chest.
Oh, nice. That's a painful spot.
Huh?
That's a painful spot.
Yeah, dude. They actually had to cut off a little birdie that's supposed to sit on top of the crown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was right on my collarbone. They weren't willing to do it. And beard is worn off, and I was.
Yeah. That's on the other hand, dude.
No, I'm
Does
good.
someone else have one? What do you got?
I have Angel and Vampire on my wrist. The last words I said to my dad before he died.
Oh, that is
My
really nice.
shoulder, and I have a Sandy protector on my ankle.
Oh, cool. Everyone go out and get tattooed.
Your moms will be totally cool with it.
That's the bad thing about getting these tattoos though, like when your family's from Japan, they think you're Yakuza.
No nonsense for you.
Even if you're nerdy as possible like me, it doesn't work.
Yeah, you can go to the beach.
Oh yeah, I can't go to the beach.
In Japan.
You're
In
not
Japan.
allowed to?
Because this style of tattoo I have, it's kind of what you see on Japanese mafia, which I'll get my ass kicked in like 3 seconds. You know what I mean?
You'd be the guy in the turtleneck.
Yeah, I'm not a fighter.
What's up, guys? Is it hot? No. I want to get burned.
But yeah, it definitely can't go out in public. Usually, even when I'm at home, I try to like cover it. If my family comes over, I always try to keep it covered. I haven't taken off my shirt at home for a really long time. At least like the last 3 years. So.
I guess I'll ask a question. What are your day jobs, actually?
I'm a data analyst for Edmunds.com. I do automotive pricing research, true cost to own. So if you want to figure out how much your car really costs, just let me know. Job.
I'm doing a waitress at the sushi bar.
I work in advertising and I have a background as automotive media, so I still freelance as an automotive writer and photographer.
I do voice acting for anime. No. I saw so many of those guys today at opening ceremonies. Did anyone see those guys?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
people were going crazy over them
Yeah,
too, right?
man.
I didn't realize how big, dude,
Full
a
Metal
celebrity,
Alchemist
right?
is- Yeah. Love that guy.
We met Stephanie. I forgot her last name.
Shay. The one with the purse.
I think Shay.
Yeah, with the purse. Yeah. No, she was like real cool. We met her up in the green room during lunch. I do freelance marketing type of stuff, design, and I have a drawing, fine art kind of background, so I'm working on transferring my career, like kind of changing careers over to do some storyboarding for like the entertainment industry, television, movies, and stuff like that. And then that is temporary because our band is going to take over the world. Yeah, and then we'll be doing that.
It's like Wild Stallions.
Wild Stallions.
I work for like music and TV stuff, like a coordination for recordings and tour. Sometimes tour manager, kind of.
Yeah, he gets to tour Europe all the time with Marty Friedman for Megadeth.
Yeah, like last May, the whole 1 month we toured in Europe. That was pretty nice. And we got our gear stolen in Madrid, and then Belgrade show got canceled night before. Promoter disappeared, something like that. And then it's like the fancy like people think. We play show, we finish midnight, 1 o'clock. Then get on the tour bus, got 10 bunks on it. We just get on the bus and drive 8 hours to the next city. So every other 2 nights or 3 nights we get into hotel, like like that. So like after 3 days, 10 guys on the same bus, no shower.
A lot of partying.
We didn't have water in the bus, but we always had a beer.
Oh, that's that's all you need, dude.
Yeah, things like that, or like sometimes when Japanese artists come to the United States, especially in LA, and they play show, then I kind of work for the like a filming part.
That's cool.
So I don't do any technical stuff, but I just arrange the transportation and like a budget thing and whatever they ask me to do. So.
Actually, like since they were talking about storyboarding and filming, are you guys fans of Batman, The Dark Knight, and stuff like that?
Yes.
Christopher Nolan's series? Okay, so I'm the biggest Dark Knight fan. Like that shit blew my mind. Anyway, so down the street from me, they set up this crazy movie set, and so I've been driving by and I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. And then turns out they're filming the new Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises. That's part of their movie set, like down the street from my house. And so my nerdy story is, anyways, I took my girlfriend and we just went and then we sat in the parking lot and just watched them like film this movie. It's pretty cool. I don't know, whatever. I don't want to brag because I got to sit there and sit on the set and then just watch and then pull the bat paws out. And we didn't get to see Christian Bale. That was her big disappointment, but that's what happens in Los Angeles, I guess.
Any spoilers for the movie?
Well, I read in the comic that Bane breaks Batman's back. So I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen. How's that? First spoiler?
And Christopher or Batman will talk like this.
Why you want to
Word, don't break my back, please. I need it.
I'm sorry.
Are you using an electronic cigarette?
Yes.
Dude, I love that thing. Which one is it?
This one is from Totally Wicked. It's the Tornado Tank.
Those are expensive.
Not really.
Which one? Is that the one with like the devil thing on it? Okay, yeah, I know that one. Cool. Yeah, because I was using my friend uses that one. I like that one. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it holds a lot more liquid than a lot of the other ones do.
Yeah. Yeah, I was using like the disposable one. And then,
yeah, those don't work very well.
Yeah. Questions?
So we've covered all of our talking points: alcohol, tattoos, cigarettes, the devil,
Batman,
crappy music, and Batman. So if you guys have anything else, what you got?
Now, what type of advice would you give people who want to get into the music industry? Like, for example, I've been trying to play guitar. I own 2 guitars, but I have a hard time with fingering, so I just want to quit every time. So, like,
learn songs that you like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're gonna practice something you like. Cause I hate practicing. I really do. Like, I'm so bad at just I'm gonna play these skills today. I don't do that. I just if there's a song I really like at the moment, I'll learn it till I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? And then just play what you like, and then if something sounds cool to you, keep playing it. And then I think that's how people get into their instruments. When I was in middle school band, I played the alto sax. There were some cool songs, but there's nothing that really interested me. So when I started playing guitar, I didn't learn like Bach or anything like that on guitar. I didn't learn how to read music. I just played what I wanted. You're talking about guitar, right?
yes.
Yeah, just play what you want and play what sounds cool to you. You know
It's
what I
kind of
mean?
hard though when I listen to is like hardcore J-rock and it's like crazy riffs 24/7.
Oh, you can do it. You can totally do it. Start with the chords and just learn bits and pieces. Don't if you look at a piece of music and you want to just play the whole song all the way through, just section by section. Okay, today I'm gonna learn these first 2 measures. I'm gonna learn an intro today, and just work on the intro until you get bored of it. I have ADD, so I get bored of it in 2 minutes.
Thanks.
And just do it that way. I mean, just break it down, and yeah, of course, yeah, just play what you like. If you're playing exactly what you like, the music you like, then it won't even feel like practicing.
Eric.
Yes.
how do you learn? Because it can be kind of intimidating. Like when you hear a song that you want to learn, right? Like how do I start? And I know like start with chords or whatever. But do you use like songbooks, tablature? Where do you find your tablature? Do you look at like video tutorials from just like fans uploading stuff onto YouTube? Because I've done that and it's worked. What do you do? Because you're the one who knows more those songs and like takes the time to learn them and stuff.
I don't know. I like watching videos of the actual person playing it, and that kind of helps a big deal. And then I use guitar tabs. I think there's a couple like really cool websites where they actually play the song in MIDI and it'll show the tab like run across. I think Songster, Songster.com, and they'll have a lot of J-Rock songs on there too. And then
Guitar Chords, which has all the songs and has all the breakdowns for everything from almost every song I've ever heard.
yeah, and like I don't know jack about music theory at all. And then so I mean, if you say like lately I've been trying to learn how to play the Smashing Pumpkins song, and I'll just pick at it a little bit here and there, and like I'll play the riffs first that I really like, that really like interest me a lot, and then I'll go back and learn the song, like the other parts, and then I'll just crank up the CD player as loud as I can. Wait, there's no CD players anymore, are there? iPods. I'll crank up the iPod with the song playing. I'll just pretend that I'll play along to it, even though it's not 100% there or like 50% there. Eventually, as long as you just play along to it, pretend like you're rocking out to it, and then it'll get there.
Can I throw in one more point? This is more like psychological than technique, but the thing is that like most people, they have things that they love to do, but sometimes we get lazy. And like, so it's either like develop perfect discipline overnight, which isn't gonna happen, but try. That's an ongoing thing, but what you can also do is use availability to kind of make up for some of that, which makes me want to say, like, don't keep your guitar because you play guitar. Don't keep it in a case. Keep it out on a decent guitar stand, so that you'll just walk into a room and see it. Think, oh, I do want to play, work on this one thing, and I've been meaning to, and like subconsciously, your mind goes, well, it is right there, and you pick it up and you sit down in front of TV or something. Or do you just sit down and play it? Oh, I'll just play for a second, and then suddenly, like, you're practicing.
Keep one in the bathroom too, if you like.
That's the secret. I wasn't gonna give up that secret.
Just don't get all strict on it. Just have fun with it. The minute it turns into a chore, you're not gonna like it. So just have fun.
And that's not just for guitar. That thing about discipline and availability, making the thing that you want to get done available to you, you can apply that to like I do art stuff also. So like if I just keep my supplies out, or whatever it is, like if I'm halfway through something, just keep it out. If you like to work on cars, if you like to build Gundam models, like whatever it is, like make the thing that you like to do available to you to do easily, and just subconsciously, like your mind will just kind of help you get even more into it and take over, and just try it. I think you'll find out that it's worth it.
Yeah, Jeff. That was deep, bro.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Come at me.
Come at me right now.
Come at me, bro.
Anybody else got anything they want to talk about?
So what do you guys do for fun? Legally.
Legal?
Legal.
Legal's okay too.
Karaoke. You're in Colorado after all.
Well, in Colorado or back home?
No, here.
It's
legal
in California. I guess
it is legal in California.
We just came in last night and we're kind of really busy today. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to wake up really early in the morning, and I guess check out Red Rock and what else? I think I want to go down to what's the downtown area called? Lodo.
16th Street Mall.
Yeah, I want to go that way. I guess I could just jump on the train, right? And yeah, I want to do the tourist thing. I want to check out the Coors Factory, the brewery. That's what I do for fun when we go out and do shows. Is I try to go and do the holy shit. I'm never playing guitar again. I just broke every finger. I try to do the tourist thing.
You should go to Casa Bonita.
What's Casa Bonita?
It's a Mexican restaurant.
is that place gonna give you diarrhea? Because that seemed like it was kind of like, oh yeah, go there. It's good.
I haven't been there like the last 5 years or so, but it's interesting. It's interactive.
Yeah.
So.
That means diarrhea.
There's a voice over there.
Not like that.
The atmosphere is
food's
awesome.
decent.
Okay.
But they have a lot of shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. That sounds cool. Is that around here?
It's off of Colfax and like Sims, I think.
How far away is that?
North?
Well, if you take the highway, about half an hour maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look into that then. Okay, I think we're gonna. If you guys have like a couple more questions, we can answer it, and then we'll probably
let y'all go.
Let you guys go, and then I'm gonna shower and get smashed.
Random question. For Miyoko, where did you get your hat?
Oh, Miyoko is my grandma's name. This is Bianco.
Bianco. Sorry, no, where'd you get your
I
hat?
got this in
So cute.
Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in Los Angeles.
Oh,
I have hats like that, so.
That S&M store you've been to.
No, they are.
That bondage store.
It's a Rob Halford cosplay.
Okay. Yeah, we have plenty of those up here. We do? Crystals, secrets. Oops. That was a random question.
We didn't pressure you guys back there to come up here at all, but you kind of are missing out on all the fun.
Yeah. Oh, that didn't work, Jeff.
I had no goal there. It was just an observation. Because you can't hear these guys and we're having conversations. I feel bad. But clearly, this side of the wall is so interesting that you're still here. So thank you.
Well, I think if there's any more questions, you guys good? Well, I definitely want to thank you guys for like coming and hanging out with us. It really means a lot. Just to be able to hang out with everybody. And if you guys have like a second, maybe we can just get a picture with everyone that we can post it up on our Facebook. If that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
I can hold off my drinking for a little bit.
Cool, dude. I have something in my backpack. If you're 21, how old are you, bro?
I'm 22. I've already been drinking, so I'm actually turning 23 in November.
All right, man.
Eric, one on a good streak and then you kids don't get us in trouble.
I want to get cleaned up. Okay, yeah, so thank you very much for hanging out with us. We all thank you very much for watching the show and then picking up the CDs, and then please add us all on Facebook. Are you guys on Facebook?
What's
that?
I think it's like MySpace.
What the hell is a MySpace?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. You guys gonna be around and selling your CDs throughout the show?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm planning on hanging out.
Yeah.
We're here till Sunday, so.
So you guys have your CDs.
We have a few more.
Do we have a booth?
I didn't get to buy
I don't think we have a booth, but I'll.
Artist Alley.
Artist Alley.
Artist Alley? Okay. So I guess Artist Alley tomorrow. Are you guys gonna be around tomorrow too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
If you stop by and just hang out with us for a little bit, because you guys I feel like pretty close to you guys now. Yeah, well, we've been hanging out and talking, and I've been sitting here drinking, and all of a sudden, So, but yeah, I mean,
He just wants you to catch up.
yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, we have a couple of interviews tomorrow, maybe.
In the morning.
Maybe
Okay,
have
yeah.
lunch, or before lunch, go to Artist Alley for a couple of hours. What do we do?
I don't know. I wanted to go to the pool and swim for a little bit. Are you
You
guys
can see his
gonna swim?
tattoos.
Oh yeah, my body's gnarly, man. I got all kinds of tattoos.
Body's so gnarly.
What's your favorite anime?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each of you.
Or each of you?
Oh.
Favorite anime? Yeah.
Anime.
We should commit to this question.
Okay. I'm not gonna say Sailor Moon, even though I saw every single episode, not by choice. It just happened to be on every morning when I turn on television. But I think favorite anime. I mean, I I watched Akira like 50 times.
Akira?
You know that one?
Oh, love it.
You have to do that better.
Kinada!
No, you have to scream that louder.
Oh, God, man. I'm not the screamer.
And you
I'm
have to
more.
pronounce it.
He needs more.
I know, right?
Wait till he drinks a little bit more.
Yeah, let me keep this drinking.
Let him.
But,
Another sip, come on now.
Alright. Yeah, I think Akira was really cool to me. But when I read like manga, like I read like Fist of the North Star, that was really cool because it was like really like graphic and gory to me. And then I saw this one called La Blue Girl. It had something to do with like tentacles and.
I was the other talking point I forgot to mention earlier. Yeah. So now we've covered that too.
Okay, but yeah, I think Akira is my favorite. Miyako?
I like the movie stuff. なんだっけ、Miyao Hayazaki no.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I like Nana. And I like you guys know Detroit Metal City? DMG?
Oh yeah, it is.
I love that.
So for me, I sat down and had a basically initial D marathon session. In car background, so it's sad that the cartoon's smarter than the Fast and Furious franchise. I like the Ghost in the Shell series, like the standalone complex. That was try to catch that. Fooly Cooly. We actually played with the pillows after that kind of came out here, which is cool.
They're gonna be here next month.
Yeah,
Tell them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but they know. This is the.
You guys know about the pillows and Fuliku?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is the crowd that knows what's up. Then obviously being old, Robotech. So I'm the third, the Macchiata, the third generation. That's my favorite. So obviously I got Shadow Chronicles when it came out, and I like the Cyclones and the Alpha Fighter. But yeah, that's my nerd.
All right. I think it was this guy to my left, that's your right, who introduced me to an anime called Bubblegum Crisis.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Didn't want to let that question go without mentioning Bubblegum
Yeah,
Crisis.
I'm ashamed I forgot that. The altitude.
Yeah. Altitude and apple juice.
Yeah.
Oh, and then that's the radio cut, and then the album cut will be Altitude and Alcohol.
There you go.
Thanks, you guys. And then one that wasn't quite as well known, but really kind of that I enjoyed at the time because it was so epic with like not time travel, but like something like time travel, like time elapse in different I don't know, whatever. It was called Gunbuster. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, awesome. Double thumbs up from the man in the back. And then Eric mentioned Akira, and everyone knows Akira's like one of the best ever.
That shit blew my mind.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad they're doing the live action remake in the U.S.
What?
Or something, or no, or what is
Yeah, the Hughes brothers. They're doing the live action.
Live action?
And they're going to be in Tetsuo and Kaneda for the early script. They're in their 30s, and they're brothers.
Are they gonna have like the clowns and all that shit?
I don't know. It's pretty bad.
Wow.
You didn't hear that Steven Spielberg was actually working on a new script for Ghost of the Shell?
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Just got announced.
Oh, that's
really?
cool.
That might be okay then.
That might be, reasonable. But I mean, has anybody? I know it's a comedy site, but Cracked.com had a I guess they got one of the scripts floating around for Akira. I mean, search. It was the worst thing possible. I mean, seriously, they're brothers and they're all old men, and I don't think they're doing the bikes, and they're not on drugs. And Tetsuo's mad at Kaneda because he wasn't there for him as a brother or something. I don't know.
That sounds.
It was bad.
Sounds Americanized.
Yeah.
In the manga side of things, there's a great one called Great Visual Storyteller. I think the artist name was Hiroaki Samura, and the comic is called Blade of the Immortal.
Awesome.
Anyone know? See, yeah, these guys like what I like. And I think I'll leave it there.
I just I grew up in Japan, so so many of them around me. So for me, it's like always something there. So I couldn't pick one to my favorite. Just like when I come home from school, turn on TV, it's always some animations on. So
long time out.
What was that blue cat thing? Doraemon?
Oh, Doraemon.
Yeah.
Stop blowing off the question and making these guys even
Hello
more
Kitty.
jealous of just it being around like all the time. I'm kidding.
Yeah. That's about it.
So
that's a cool question.
I think
time to drink.
I think it's time to like try to find some drinks somewhere. I don't know how many more I can have because I'm kind of buzzed right now. But if we could, like, if everyone's okay with that, maybe we can find a way to get everyone up front. Let's all take a picture together so I can post it up on Facebook. We can all like tag each other. God, Facebook is the devil.
Did it blow your mind?
It's weird. Like I'll just walk. I'll be walking anywhere. Within 5 minutes, I'll hear someone say something on Facebook. Evil consideration. So are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
What do you think
Facebook
about doing
is
it with the call
Skynet.
in the background if we just all walk out and stay together and do it with the thing in the back? Because this is,
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
or not, because we don't want.
Unless someone wants to do. Does anyone know how to plank? Is planking big out here, or is that like just a California?
Friends better.
I have my camera too.
Oh, PP?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So while Justin goes PP,
Are you thinking of me as I do it?
You too.
I guess I will sit here and entertain you guys until they come back, so you don't leave and we can take those pictures.
It's cool. He doesn't look good in photos, anyways.
You back there with the peak hair. What's your favorite anime? That sounds dark.
It is.
Is that better than Twilight? No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just curious because I haven't seen it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I don't view Twilight as a vampire movie.
No,
Like,
it's
they're
not.
like they're all emo and like they're like on heroin or something.
Vampires.
They're not
Sparkle.
warm in daylight.
I have a
Vampires
question.
are not
They
supposed
don't
to
sparkle, right?
Explode.
Is it better than Vampire Princess Mew?
No.
No,
What
it's
about
not.
Vampire Hunter D?
Ooh.
Is that good? That's a good one.
No.
I kind of like. Are you guys like gamers
Hunting is
too?
good.
Yeah.
Did you ever like Castlevania Symphony of the Night?
Yeah.
Did you ever beat 198%?
No.
What the fuck? I played that game ever since it came out, and up until recently too, and I can never beat it past up to 200%. I don't know. I think it's impossible. I know, right?
That goes with the what do you do in your for fun?
Oh, really? I need to do that all over again.
Since two of your members are not currently here,
Oh, you wanna talk some shit?
Yes, do it.
Okay, so.
Category?
How bad at singing is she?
Oh,
No.
Naco?
Oh, okay, no,
God.
She's good.
She's good.
No, I mean.
No, okay, actually, we all, like, most of us want to know her measurements.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
34 triple
Never got like
X.
that.
Oh yeah.
That's a good question. What song was she singing at the karaoke bar? Oh, I wish I knew. That would be so cool. Justin is the one. Justin, the drummer, that is the one that kind of like discovered her, if you could call him a discoverer. But I'm trying to think of something that I've seen her sing, and I just can't think of
I
it.
wanted to know what song she sang in the karaoke bar.
Yeah, that's the question.
Oh yeah, I think it was called.
Do you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you seen her sing karaoke?
Yeah, it was a Britney Spears song.
Oh yeah, it was.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah. Hit me, baby, one more time. Was it?
Yeah, it was. It was. That's right. Yeah.
It's telling.
Yeah.
Or was it that Rico?
She was
Suave
dancing with a
song?
couple guys wearing wigs, not like full in costume, just wigs,
Do you guys do karaoke?
and they were wearing suits.
Every once in a while.
There's Sing Sing downtown Denver.
Oh really?
Check it out.
Do you guys like to sing like Japanese songs or American songs?
They usually don't have a lot of Japanese.
You sing Japanese songs?
I can. I've listened to so many Japanese songs that I've actually started training myself on how to actually sing it with them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's
It's the very
what's your favorite, or who is your favorite Japanese artist? It's kind of broad.
Well, I would say if there was like one band I've listened to over and over and over again, it has to be Desperate.
Okay, yeah, I saw them in concert.
I freaking love that band. I hate
Yeah.
the fact they disbanded. That
They
really makes
did.
me sad.
Oh, well, I think some of the members of Geosphere's Ray are working with GAC.
Really?
I think
Well, I
if
know-
you go on to GAC's website, you can, there's like a contest where people can come in and then like MIDI program a song and then GAC will sing it. If they pick your song, like GAC will sing it with the members of like some of those guys from Geosphere's Ray.
Well, see, my favorite person from that band was Suzumi, the lead singer. So
Yeah.
I love that guy's voice.
Yeah, that was a cool concert.
Yeah.
I think like During Gray is like probably my favorite.
They're gonna be here December 25th, by the way.
Yeah, dude.
Denver.
You know what's crazy about? Okay, this is what blows my mind about During Gray. I'm glad I started drinking this because now I can talk a shitload. Is that every year they get heavier and heavier, but the crowd stays the same. So like and not to knock anyone that like cosplays or like that, I think it's totally awesome. But like when you go there, you go to like this, now it's like this full on like death metal concert, and you got girls like cosplaying During Gray back when they were all Visual K, and they have like, you know, posters and signs, their parents are there, and you know, it's crazy seeing like that, how Japanese music has like transcended into America.
Yeah.
I wonder what During Gray thinks when they're like, you know, they're headbanging and they're Kyo's like cutting himself, and then there's some girl like, dude, you know, all those lead it out with their drawings about During Gray. Like,
See, I like During Gray. I can listen to their music, but I can't watch their videos.
Oh, really? Too hardcore?
I've actually tried watching one of their videos one time, and it actually kind of made me sick a little bit.
I think that was
I can't remember which one it was, but it was really disturbing.
It was probably obscure.
Yeah, probably. All I know is that I can't watch their videos, but their music is really good.
Yeah.
If it makes you too sick where you just can't hold it in anymore, if you find like a decline and you sit like this.
Well, yeah. So I guess they're back from the PP break. Let's go back there, take a picture
Oh, I
together.
thought we were going to talk about Britney Spears.
Oh
yes.
So Miyako, I saw her at. You're at Bayside and you're doing karaoke, right? Britney Spears. Hit Me, Baby.
No. They asked what song.
Toxic.
Two people asked what song. Oh, what song you sang that I think Justin's. Yeah. Well,
I don't remember.
Clearly you were there.
I was drunk, so I don't remember.
Oh wait, Toxic's Britney Spears.
I remember
yeah.
what you were song.
But probably Lark.
Yeah, Lark.
Oh, you sang that?
Justin sings Japanese karaoke really, really well.
Andrew, I have videos
The more
of
he
that,
drinks,
by the way.
the more
Add
he
us on
drinks,
Facebook, you'll see them.
The more he drinks apple juice, the better he gets. What is one song that maybe you were singing when Justin like met you and like decided to approach you about singing?
Julia
for us?
Mary じゃない
Julia Mary.
Shingo Mama?
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Yes, of course. I guess it was Judy and Mary or Sheena Ringo.
Do you guys know Judy Mary? Anybody?
Or not a Kyle or.
Check it out on YouTube.
Anybody know Yuki?
知らないと思う
Yuki? Yeah. The singer? It's her old band.
Okay.
You know what's funny? I never heard that band.
Really?
Judy Mary, but I like it.
Maybe. I was just listening to Make It the other day. Like, actually, yesterday, I was like, I want to hear classic. I'm geeking out. Cool. Good band.
Nice.
There you go, Judy and Mary.
Okay, so let's go back there and take a picture, and then I don't want to get cleaned off. I smell like a freaking animal right now. Thank you very much for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Jeff from Lemon Dropkick, and you're listening to Radio DMG.
Hi, this is Eric from Lemon Dropkick, and you're listening to Radio DMG.
And welcome back to Radio DMG. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and I'm here with...
I'm Lemon Dropkick.
Lemon Dropkick. You
I'm
are...
Justin.
Justin.
Jeff.
Miyako.
Eric.
Of Lemon Dropkick. We're here at Non-Descon 2011, and you guys are the only musical act for this one. So the responsibility of people's enjoyment for the show and for this convention lies solely on your shoulders. No, I'm kidding.
It does.
Actually, we also got to record their Q&A. So there's a couple questions I had there, which we got answered there. But there is one question I've actually been kind of wondering. Jeff. Yes, Jeff. Anyways, today's your birthday, isn't it?
That is correct.
Yes, and you're turning the big...
You really want to know?
Yes.
35.
Really?
35.
Oh, I
Listen
didn't
to-
know.
Dude, there's an age cap for this band, bro.
Oh, you're too old to rock.
I know.
Happens. So, real quick question. Where did they take you last night?
Oh, we kept it pretty mellow.
Everything
I
was
don't know if it
closed.
was kind of
Everything was closed.
We finished a whole bottle of Jack Daniels last night, by the way.
Well, you finished it. We just had a
It
little.
was a group effort, right?
Yeah, well, you carried most of the. You shouldered most of that weight, I think, though.
Yeah, we just went down to a bookstore and hung out for a little bit, and then came back, and Eric and the rest of us and I drank some cognac and played some bridge, and then we got into bed at about 9:45 p.m. No, we just hung out here around the hotel. Wonderful Marriott. What's it called? DTC.
Denver Tech Center.
Ooh, I got it.
Excellent. Yes.
And we just stole some food from the green room earlier in the day, which is pretty much in following with our characters. So we just enjoyed some of that, listened to some Motley Crue, drank a little bit, and just hung out and talked and in Eric's room, which is a beautiful suite.
So it's sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well,
It's
that's,
a sweet, yeah.
Well, that was the kind of the warm-up night. I think tonight we're gonna take him out and get him on. He's not gonna be finished until he needs a stretcher, basically.
Well,
Yeah.
which isn't too hard to do because the altitude here.
Yeah.
Alcohol affects
Yeah.
you a lot more.
Oh,
It'll be a
okay.
cheap birthday.
So, we didn't ask this over at the Q&A, but we talked about your guys' favorite anime. Can I really quickly throw out a fluffball question? What are your favorite video games? Because we cover video games.
Well, I mean, for me, I was really, super hooked on. Like, I played a lot. Final Fantasy VII really kind of got me into the Japanese RPGs. I still need to finish Chrono Trigger. My PS3, account, I had a PSN, so I got the free games. I was really into Infamous, like that one a lot. Used to do QA for Activision. So the old Tony Hawk games are pretty good, and then I think they lost the way after 4.
Do you know Andy Gentile?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I left Activision in 03.
Okay, yeah, he's like the best Tony Hawk Pro Skater gamer, and so they hired him to design all those.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, actually,
Sorry,
that's interesting.
They wanted me to go do production for that game, and I'm like, I don't want to drive to Treyarch and Torrance.
Oh,
yeah. That's a bit of a trip.
It's a bit of a trip. Then I got into automotive writing, and I think I did a better choice.
So, what's the magazine you write for again?
Well,
Or
now I
blogs?
freelance, but I used to be an editor for Fox Media, then a magazine called Super Street, and then we did all the Super Street editors did a wildly inappropriate website called Riceboy TV, which I didn't come up with the name, and we all hated the name, but they paid a lot. Now my main clients are like AskMen.com, which is a men's lifestyle, then like GT Channel, and still freelance for basically whoever pays.
This question's for you. What's your favorite type of car? Because you're the car buff.
Yeah. Well, I've driven a lot of really cool vehicles, and I mean, probably the ones that more people are more impressed by would be like the Porsches or like Ford GT or whatever. But my personal favorite was a car called the Audi RS4, which is an A4, but it's everything's been reskinned in aluminum. It's got they developed this really great V8 that they put in the R10, mechanically active suspension. It was just a really brilliant car. It just sounded glorious. It was fast. I mean, but it doesn't shout itself. It's not like a shouty car, but I still dream about that car. I want $70,000. I'll never be able to afford one, but. But after that, maybe like kind of cheaper, like the WRX and Evo, things like that.
You'll get it. We just need to make more rock and roll.
We do.
Oh yeah. Speaking of making more rock and roll, when do you guys think you'll put out another album or EP?
I'll steal Eric's answer from what we had earlier. So we're gonna actually work on something soon. We have a really, really, really good producer, but he's not cheap. So have some licensing money come in, so maybe we might apply that to do some more recording with them. Just 'cause basically we record with them when we can afford it. So hopefully we'll be able to not get a bro deal and do something hopefully before the end of the year. So yeah, just
okay. Actually, this is about non-Descon. Since you've been here all of one day and a little bit of this one here, what do you think of the convention so far? What are your favorite parts so far?
Well, I've been lazy and I've only focused on the show, like our show. And I mean, it's cool. The people, I haven't had a chance to walk around yet, so I'll defer that to the other people. But I will say the staff and everybody here has been just really fantastic. Especially kind of after that disastrous Miami show.
Miami, Florida, SuperCon.
Eric, I mean, I was the one bitter for, and then, we lost so much money. But everybody's been great. Everybody here and staff is so on top of things, and everyone's really. It's a super well organized convention. So I'm looking. Actually, after we do this, I'm going to go down and start looking around.
Yeah, we haven't really been on the floor too much yet, but we will be hitting that up today to go check it out. But we have been around, walked through the dance event last night, and then we had our show last night, hanging out front a little bit, and just seeing a bunch of the cosplayers, and they look great.
Yeah, there's some
so
really awesome
we've seen that.
Who was that? The Macross costume? Some guy just had this full-on robot costume that was just really insane. It's cool, like how much work and time everyone puts into their costumes. Actually, I was on the non-discount Facebook, and then like 2 months prior, people were like planning out their costumes and designing them. I think it's really cool.
I thought the audiences are so warm. The people in Colorado are so warm and nice, and yeah, that's what I thought yesterday. I was talking with the support basis Hiroshi.
Tomorrow is September 11th, the 10th anniversary of the 2001 attacks. May I get your feelings or opinions on this?
Yeah, it's kind of weird to think that it's been 10 years. Because we all remember. I remember where I was driving into work when it happened, and before knowing what happened, I saw the airports were closed, and something happened, and then you kind of find out, and it was so surreal. It's like somebody came in, it's like, you guys are open. Did you hear what happened? It's like, no, I was driving because I don't have radio in my car at the time. And they told me, it's like, the planes just flew into Twin Towers and they're down, and it's like, stop! It's like, stop lying, It's such a inconceivable thing if it's, but to kind of remember it, and then they're showing the imagery and everything. It's still kind of hard to believe that that it happened. But it's watching a lot of the documentaries, and you're kind of seeing there's like a really good documentary series about the World Trade Center 1, the Tower 1 that they're constructing, and just kind of the people and how New York's rallying behind it. And it's kind of, I think, a good symbol of, the rebuilding of, not just New York, but kind of the American, psyche. Because it really was, I mean, we've never really been attacked on the mainland, probably, in that scale since the Revolutionary War, probably, It's like no one's come here to attack us until then. So it's just, it still doesn't, being so far away from it in Los Angeles, it's still, there's a distance both kind of cognitively and physically, but it's kind of nice to, through the tragedies, kind of seeing how people have rallied and rebuilt. It's pretty inspiring.
The question was thoughts on the 10th anniversary of September 11th,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I don't really have a lot of thoughts about it. I mean, the anniversary doesn't so much mean as much to me as the event when it happened, and the time shortly thereafter watching. Honestly, I think I can safely say that both with the tsunami situation in Japan and with New York shortly after 9/11, it was just really amazing to watch the communities truly come together. Like I do remember because I did watch on television live the second tower being hit and then them falling, everything after that. But really, really watching the way that people did come together and put their differences aside and all that, sort of everything in that spirit, watching all of that happen was really inspirational. As far as the anniversary, as Justin said, how they're rebuilding the towers bigger and better, I think that that's good because it's good for morale more than anything. And I think that that's really important because to the United States, 9/11 was a big hit to our morale. Mm-hmm. And please excuse my voice, I'm sorry, I lost it somewhere along this trip.
You'll find it.
Yeah.
It's probably under a couch or something.
Lips plate, lips under.
And did you have any thoughts on those? I know you're I know you're not a Native American. Were you born here? No. Kyoto, yes, Kyoto. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that? I'll start with you.
Well, it's the crazy tragedy. I'm glad that it's an event that hasn't been forgotten. And when we're watching, if you turn on the news now, it's this newscast on 9/11, the 10th anniversary. And I think it's great that happens every year because there's a lot of people that lost their lives. My dad's a firefighter, so there's guys running into the building while people are running out. You know what I mean? And then so from everyone from the firefighters to everyone that was on the top floor of the building to the bottom floor of the building running away from that, I don't think anybody should be ever forgotten, no matter what day or year it is. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that it's still something that's recognized. It's part of our history now, and that it's something that, of course, we're all moving forward from, but also an event that hopefully no one puts off to the side.
And sometimes that big unbelievable things happen, like tsunami stuff and 9/11 stuff. But the important thing is that we have to try to remember that no matter how to say in English, that 時間が経ってもno matter how long time passed,
always remember.
Yes, keep going, but everybody has to keep remember that and keep supporting to continue すること。
Do you think that in 5 years from now or 10 years from now we will be keeping the memory of what happened in the Japanese tsunami the way we've been keeping it with 9/11? Do you think we'll be able to do that here in the United States? Hopefully.
So it's like how Americans we still remember 9/11, correct? So are you asking do you think America?
Do you think we'll like 10 years from now for the tsunami? Do you think Do you think that was that's an event that might be pushed aside? Hopefully not.
I think in Japan, I think that might be Japan's equivalent to 9/11. So I think they'll remember that anniversary. But I think just with any nation, if it's not or country, it'll eventually. I think it won't be forgotten, but it's not going to be as revered.
Right.
It's going to be
just there's that tsunami in
Indonesia
Sumatra or whatever.
India.
It's not something that oh man, you guys remember that tsunami that happened? Right. It's not something. It's sad to say for people who aren't connected to that country and you're not going to remember. You're not going to think about it unless it comes up on the news again. But hopefully, for us that are close to, for people that are close to Japan, and then we'll always remember that. But as far as the general
populace, I think it will get kind of it'll always be remembered as something that happened, but it won't be like a special event, as it were. We don't even Katrina, no one really follows up on, remembers, this is when this happened. There's a lot of talk about the aftermath and kind of the chaos, but it's not even that's kind of pushed aside, I think, in today's discourse.
Any thoughts on that? No? Okay.
Well, I think in the United States it will not be regarded on the level of 9/11. But just because 9/11 was here, it was Americans. That was there, that was Japanese. And that's just how people are. I mean, excuse me.
No problem.
And it's not because people don't care. It's just part of people's, people just most closely feel what's literally closest to them, whether it be family, culture, distance. But I think that's okay. I think that's just how people will always be. I know I will remember it. Yeah.
So. Now, to end on a bit of a more positive note,
cool.
Yes, absolutely. Anyways, I've noticed that at a lot of these conventions, you get a lot of fans, and a lot of the people that come to the conventions, they've got a lot of energy, a lot of joy that they bring to the convention, a lot of energy they bring to it. But when they get out into their normal days at school or work or so, they seem to leave that energy at the convention. Do you have any tips or so for our listeners on how to take that convention energy and bring it into their normal lives?
When the first day of class, walk into class and knock somebody out.
Then they'll know you're the best man on block it.
No, I don't know. That's a really tough question. If you're really excited about something and you love something so much, like cosplaying and whatever it is, music or anime, just as long as you really love it. That's how you maintain that energy.
I think it's kind of like basically anything like school or work. There's a drudgery to it, and there's really nothing you can do to make it exciting. You've got to have people are here and they have that joy because they're passionate about it. It's kind of like just kind of get through the day and basically carry a positive feeling. It's like, well, once I'm out of here, I can go do, I can watch my anime or play games or do whatever it is I like to do.
On a side note, that's what we all do too. You
yeah.
go to work, like, man, I really want to get to writing some music, and then some of your songs too, right, are about getting out of work and then getting away from work and doing what you want.
Yeah, it's it's work. It's by definition not fun, So
school's kind of fun though.
Yeah, I hated school, man. I liked school when I was in Utah. I didn't like when I came to California. But that's a whole other story. But they're not fun. So but once you get out, go nuts and just kind of carry that optimism as like, well, this period of being kind of dull is temporary, and it's gonna, it'll end.
The school bowling. That's why convention stuff is more fun. You feel more fun. That's why.
Okay, and thank you for this interview today. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and I've been here with the members of Lemon Drop Kick.
There you go. What's up?
And that was our feature presentations for November 21st, 2011. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, with Radio DMG, and see you next week. Good night.
Oh, it's a microphone.
Not a microphone.
That one's a microphone.
I want to move it.
Yeah, let's move it this way. Wait, no. I want to be over here so we can get people.
How about this? This may be like a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
That's, well, yeah. That.
People who are going to talk, you,
Miyako.
They're gonna sit on the end.
Okay, one more.
Also sit somewhere else. I'm the water boy.
Yeah,
that's my water.
She said her name was Ashley. I need to ask her when he's here. Because I'm still waiting for response.
You should ask her.
So I was going to say no, and then Ashley.
Morning, Maya.